When you learn something, you use, you learn, you use, you're going to be updated. You try to be like improving more on your English, just like speaking skill, reading skill, or maybe like pronunciation skill or grammar skill, something else would be related in this term. Another video today, we're going to be talking about English learner and English user. So the question is, which one are you? Are you trying to be English learner every single day, or you are the English user? So if you want to find out what is the difference and why we suggest you to be the English user rather than the English learner. Okay, so let's find out. First of all, let's talk about English learner. I do believe a lot in this way. If you come to study English at the first time, you probably try to be English learner. Yeah, so in this term, I'm talking about the real English learner and the real English user. Because many students, they probably think they are learning English and they don't get any results. And they try to be in a lot of trouble, or they have a lot of consequences of learning English. But the problem, because we don't clarify, we don't get to know what is the difference, the real progress of learning English and the real development in English as well. Okay, so if you take a look to the first part right here, the red spot probably, so you may see English learner and this English user. Right here, I give you two things to consider. So basically, when you come to study English, you may think about something that you try to put to do. Okay, so you try to learn, right? So check about the progress. This means you actually in the progress of learning English. Yeah, you learn, you try to understand something, you try to learn something, that's good. So I could give the number one of the first progress, or like the first part, learn something, because when you come to study English, you may learn words, right? You may learn grammar, you may learn English, idiomatic expression, or a lot of things would be actually in English, right? So this is like how you come to learn. But the problem that you may face, or you definitely get failed in this step right here. So think about that way. So the reason I could say you can become the English user unless you learn and you use. Okay, easy to understand. But if you learn only and then you have no progress, it sounds like you are use or you practice, you don't do practice at all. You just come to learn, you just come to know, you just come to understand about English, what's going on, just like you study grammar and then you don't practice. You study speaking skill, you try to understand what is the best way to speak English better, and the problem that you may face, or the problem that you actually got, you become failed here. So you are not going to get updated. See? So let's take a look to the line expression right here. So you try to learn something a lot, like you plus 10%. And then you don't do, okay? You learn many words today and then you don't practice. You don't make any improvement on it by activating or try to, like improve on your physical practice. You don't do that. You don't have the habit of speaking. You don't have physical or practical development. Everything is just like you try to know. You try to know only. And when we talk about do you practice, do you use, do you try to use or something, you have 0% of that. And this is the real failure of being the English learner. So if you guys think, mostly you are in this step and consider to move on, okay? So that's why when you try to learn 10%, you about to lose. This is because, you don't have the practical system of using the language, see? So that's why I recommend if you get past number one and try to consider like number two, and this is so important ever. The step to switch between English learner to English user depends on the practice. Okay, and number one too, we encourage you to do more things with English like that way. And number two, English user. The difference is English user, they learn a lot the same thing like English learner does. But the problem is, or the change, it depends on English user they try to use. You see the learn in progress, use in progress. So they got past 2 steps already. And this is going to balance. When you learn something, you use, you learn, you use, you're going to be updated. You try to be like improving more on your English, just like speaking skill, reading skill, or maybe like pronunciation skill or grammar skill, something else would be related in this term, okay? So see the line right here, the line of description. So you probably add 10% and you get more results 10%. It sounds like you do 1, you get extra 1, right? So this is like how you do and you get real improvement. This is strong improvement or better performance. But this one, this is so the boss progress or something pretty bad to keep moving. So that's why you never get better improvement if you try to be English learner like this way, okay? But obviously I am English learner. But if you ask me the strategy of learning, I definitely I try to be English user rather than try to be English learner. One example to compare, just like playing football. You think come to learn English or come to study English, that would be the process you just come to learn and then you don't have to do anything. That is the fair method and you don't have to do this anymore if you realize, okay? So the real English, just like you come to the football field and you enjoy playing the football over there and to improve your skills. See how you get development of playing football? But if you choose to be the watcher, football watcher, and you sit on the seat, all right, and you keep watching your idols, maybe like your favorite football player, and then you try to wave to them like, hey, you're getting better, try more things. But we ask you a question, do you know how to play football? You definitely know, but you have no skill. You don't have the ability or capability to play the football. The same thing as English progress. So if you learn English, it sounds like you enjoy watching and knowing something about English. But if we ask you to speak, we ask you to, like write something, you probably got a lot of trouble because you never take steps to do this. That's the same fact as you want to become the football player or football watcher, okay? Look at this way. So if you try to be English learner, you probably learn a lot, but no practice. That would be the problem. And also having knowledge, you do have that, but if you compare to the English user, they do have knowledge as well. And the problem is, look one more time, learn a lot with practice, see? Also English learner, they may have no skills and almost no results. It sounds like they don't have any results at all because result would be right here. It's not here. Here just like you come to input, you come to have something to do, but when we consider about what you do, you don't do. That's the failure, okay? So, and also if we compare the progress, you probably got low progress. If we compare to the English user, you may have strong progress and great performance, right? And also, let's take a look to the specific skills with results, see? Because they try to practice English or use English every single day and they get updated. Yeah, so the last one, strong improvement, and this one, low improvement. Why low improvement? See the line describing how you're getting lost? Yeah, that is the problem. And I think this is the comparison, also the reflection of being the English learner and English user. But again, if you try to learn English, you are named to be English learner. But you have to define the way you are. And this is the way you are. Try to be this one, not this one, okay? But in general, we are called as English learner. But in this lesson, I would like to clarify and determine the way you are. Try to be this one, okay? That's much better and you will improve your English a lot. So that's it for our English video from Effortless English with Rithy, and hopefully everybody will enjoy watching this video and try to understand the facts of learning English. Okay, you learn English, I learn English. So we do learn English, right? But learn with the right progress. All right, see you next day. Have a good day. Bye-bye.